Hey guys, Kogoe here back with another one. This is my second video today, so let's keep it going. In this video, I want to talk about where and why I get my perspective on America. Why do I think the way I do about America? And yeah, just a couple of my thoughts on that. But why am I always critiquing America? Why am I always talking, negatively about America? Well, honestly, it's because that's all I see, and that's honestly all I know here. There are very little positives I can take away from this country. We'll talk about both, but first, let's start with the negatives and why I speak negatively about America. And maybe you guys will agree on some of the things I say here. But I think that America has a lot of problems, a lot of negativity surrounding it. I mean, people can't afford their groceries like how they used to. People are, struggling to buy cars, whether that be new or used, which is sad. Um, People aren't safe here. There's a shooting, almost every single day here, whether it be, I hate to say it, a school shooting or just a random shooting on the street somewhere or any, in a parking lot somewhere. It sucks. It's terrible. And these things, unfortunately, do exist here in America, and they do happen here. And it only happens in this country, not any other country on the planet, as far as I know, as far as I see, as far as I hear about. The safety aspect is huge. It's absolutely terrible. You always have to watch your back here, and in other countries you can walk outside just regularly safe, um, and you don't have to worry about those things. And I'm sure there are parts in America where you can walk around safely too. I'm not denying that, but I would say for the most part, you see the news purport all these negative things, all these bad, scary things, let's call them, about America, and it does happen a lot. And then um, I would say it's also pretty dirty here in America, and um, a lot of cities are unfortunately dirty. There's a lot of trash around, a lot of debris. People don't care to keep their spaces clean or you know take care of themselves, throw away after themselves. It seems like it doesn't happen here. Um, but yeah, I get those perspectives because this is what I see on a daily basis, and a lot of people talk about this stuff in real life. I'll be sitting with friends and family, and we'll be talking about this stuff in real life. Like, these are real things that happen in America, unfortunately, and um, a lot of people are starting to open their eyes to these things, and um, yeah, it's definitely a problem. Like, the food we eat here is terrible, uh, unless you buy, like, organic, uh, produce from the markets, from grocery stores. You'll be eating low quality food, I'd say. And then we have like an influx of fast food chains that are, America's had that forever, but the influx of fast food chains is absolutely mental. How they just keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it onto people. Go eat fast food. Don't eat meals at home. And honestly, you'll be so tired from working all day every day that you don't have time to cook at home, and you have to go get a fast food meal or something along those lines. And that's another reason why a lot of people are unhealthy in this country. People rarely exercise in this country. People are sedentary in this country. Yes, you have your physical workers, your construction, your blue collar workers. Yes, they do still exist, but very far and few between in that sense. So um, yeah, it's just a really bad look on the country. And a lot of people talk, lots of people talk about these things on social media, on YouTube, and I'm just sharing my perspective on this ordeal, and um, why I think the way I do about America. Look, America has some positive things too we can take from. Like, you can make a lot of money here. um, if you are a lazy person, if you are not ambitious, persistent, then you won't make money here. If you're lazy, the number one killer here is if you're lazy. You won't get anywhere. A random guy on the street, a random bum, can go make money if they wanted to. Someone who won't work, who is lazy, is not going to make money in this country. It's plain and simple, right? um, yeah, there's a bunch of ways to make money. You know I guess that's the number one thing is you can make a lot of money in this country. That's the only positive. And by doing so, you would have to obviously work your ass off to make a lot of money here. Nothing comes easy, of course. Whether it be making money, whether it be, I don't know, trying to start a business, that's hard. Just trying to fend for yourself, it's difficult in general. But yeah, that's one positive I can tell you about America. Another positive is, again, like there are a bunch of businesses out here that are established chains, restaurant chains, so many different types of chains in different industries. There are a bunch of those here in America, and um, I'll bring it back to the negative side. Like there's also, in my opinion, not a huge, not even a huge. There's no social connection here with people. People don't really talk to one another, I'd say, as much because honestly, it's because of probably social media, and people just are too tired, to go talk to other people because they work so much. Honestly, it just revolves back around to work, which is true. People are just too tired to go talk to their other people, talk to their friends, talk to their family. You know, when you get home from work here, whatever kind of job you do, you're still going to be tired regardless after 8 hours. I don't care who you are. I don't, you aren't going to beat that work grind. It's going to really tire you out every single day, right? And you're going to be tired no matter what. And that's a big reason as to why people don't hang out with other people. People don't socialize. People are, I would say, socially anxious from time to time. I'd see, and yeah, that's another big negative about this country that uh, needs to get fixed. Imagine there was a 4-day work week, 10-hour days, right? Um, that would be huge, I think, but that's probably not going to happen anytime soon here. For example, me, like I uh, I didn't work today, right? I have a day off, and I feel so much more better. So I feel stress free, which is the most important thing. I feel stress free. I don't feel tired. And imagine if you had just one more day of a time to yourself, where you didn't have to work, you'd feel so much better. You'd be probably even more productive. You would have your mood would be improved. You would just feel a lot better. Your sleep quality would go through the roof, which is super important. Sleep is huge here, and I guarantee a lot of people don't get a lot of sleep here at all, because they're so busy with the fast paced life here that we have in America, which is absolutely terrible. But yeah, I mean, um, so many different negative aspects in this country, and yeah, I mean, again, people talk about these things, and it all it's all true in my opinion. All these things about America, the government, the the system that's in place here for working, for schooling. It's all meant to design you. It's all meant to be designed to, say, uh, make you stay in line so you don't, you know, get out of line and go do your own thing. God forbid you go do your own thing. You're not going to be a worker. You're not going to be working for someone else, which is what they want you to do. They don't want you to go start a business. They don't want you to, they won't allow you to get a loan for a business, right? They'll allow you to get a loan for a house, for a loan for a car, but they won't, allow you to go get a loan for a business, which is totally backwards in my opinion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this, and if you agree or not on some of the points I made here about America. And please like the video if you did enjoy it. It would help me out a lot. And also, please subscribe to the channel. It would help me out a lot to push this video out to a larger audience out on YouTube. So the channel can keep growing, and more people see this. More eyeballs, the better, right? So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.